If you are a chosen one, you have always been, you are still a conscious soul that was put to sleep. If you're a chosen one, you have always been a conscious soul that was put to sleep. Are we together, guys? So you have a real soul. You're not an NPC. You're not a bot. You're not some kind of soulless being. You are a real soul that was put to sleep for as long as you've been here. Okay? It is not, these are not videos for everybody. You know, sometimes when you try to push yourself to consume this kind of content, it will make your head spin. You're not a bot. You're not an NPC. You're not some form of a narcissist. I don't know. You're a real soul, empathic soul. You're a earth angel. And your soul was put to sleep. So you have always been targeted. You have always been targeted. Ever since you was a kid. It did not matter if you was born in Japan, if you was born in Vietnam. It did not matter if you was born in India, South Africa. If you can resonate that you're a chosen one, you're a conscious soul that was put to sleep, and you have always been targeted by some kind of entities. You may want to call it the matrix. You may want to call it the entities that control this design matrix. It also means for this to be effective, every area of your life was meant to be targeted. So your friendships have always been a mess. There was always those energy vampires who wanted something from you, stole something from you. There was always those besties who used to plot behind your back. There has been every kind of targeting we can talk about. You have been targeted. In your family, you have been targeted by your own parents. So your own parents wanted you, they was programming you to move a certain direction. So when I woke up, I detached from the narcissistic family dynamic. Okay, I discovered my father was a narcissist, and I educated myself on what was really going on. All the dots matched, and I was on my way. That was not up for negotiation. I was on my way, unapologetically, because I was not going to deal with that energy. Your father, your mother, was your handler. You see, the very moment you wake up and you realize how spiritual life has always been, you're going to get a lot of weight off of your chest. You're going to release a lot of dead weight. You see, you have been carrying weight that didn't belong to you. Many of you guys have been carrying weight of your entire family unit. It had nothing to do with you. It's not you who broke them. You have been carrying weight of your narcissistic friends. It had nothing to do with you. The moment you start to understand how spiritual life has always been, everything makes sense. Life becomes so easy. Relationships you have had over the years have also been targeted. You see, the enemy knows who you are. I've told you this. From the very beginning, the enemy knows who you've always been. And the fact that the enemy always knew who you were, the enemy knew which areas of your life they could attack. When you wake up, the first thing you think in your mind, you look back and you start to see all these relationships you've had. You're starting to count them one by one. And something is clicking in your mind. Wow, how come that you have always been meeting these NPCs, these bots? Where were they coming from? You know? You see, that's one of the biggest power in awakening. You connect all the dots. You're now starting to see all these NPCs you've been dating in and out. This one leaves, the other one comes in. This one leaves, the other one comes in. The last one I dated was a spiritual narcissist, a full-blown NPC. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. The spiritual narcissist is a full-blown NPC. There's no doubt about that. Because now I can understand what's an NPC. Soulless, something that has already been overtaken by a different entity. They used to come in. That's how they used to come in. It was a cycle. So the first thing what will happen, you're now thinking, there has to be somebody with a soul somewhere out there. There has to be somebody that has got real emotion, real genuine emotions, that is not a narcissist. You have sat down at one point and you've thought about it. And it's true. There is people out there, they're like you. But the thing is, because you have been targeted from day one, the enemy has also been closely monitoring your relationships. Because you see, you entering a high vibrational relationship with your soulmate, you are manifesting better. You are more healthy. Your frequency is higher. There is no energy siphoning. Are you guys following? There's no energy siphoning whereby you're with somebody who is only siphoning your energy. There is no energy siphoning. There's give and take. You have got your own energy, they have got their own energy. You bring that energy together, you create even more. Your manifestations are times 2, even times 100 if possible. A lot of the people that you've seen, if you know any, that have been dating their soulmates, if you look very closely at the relationships they have been having with their soulmates, they have been very harmonious relationships. So now you have these NPCs, okay? You're getting married to this NPC, and then you go into church, and they are now, you know how to speak. They are giving you some scripts. This whole thing is scripts. The whole matrix is full of scripts and writings on the wall. Until death do us part. What kind of bullshit is that? You are now getting tied up with a boat. Till death do you apart. What kind of BS is that? So now you are stuck with an NPC, with an NPC in your home for 25 years, energy siphoning 24/7. So the relationships you've always had, my chosen ones, there was NPCs. The whole idea was energy siphoning. There was nothing else, is why you would wake up very drained. You would always wake up in fightings, arguings all the time. You don't feel you have any more energy left because those was demons disguised as girlfriends and boyfriends that were siphoning your energy. Those was demons disguised as husband and wife. They were siphoning your energy for 20 years. You see, I was in school and learning all these bogus things in school. They was teaching us about the inside of a bean seed, the maize seed. They was teaching us all these other things, which was okay. Okay, some people like to go that direction. There's no problem. But there's one thing they didn't tell us. They didn't teach us spirituality. They did not tell us anything about spirituality, because that's where the whole power comes from. So you have been dating NPCs, chosen ones. Because you see, one of the objective and main aim of these NPCs, the whole idea was to keep you stuck in lower states of consciousness. You would never wake up, you would never ascend, and you would never elevate spiritually. Because NPCs are not here to evolve. You know? Those NPCs are not here to evolve. NPCs, for whichever reason they are here, they are just vessels that are used by certain entities or deities to infiltrate real souls, harvest energy, cause a lot of trauma and chaos. You know, you can see these NPCs who sometimes go and cause, you know, they can go and disorganize the whole city, the whole town. They go and disorganize the whole village, and everybody is traumatized in that village because there's one particular NPC that causes havoc on the village. So the whole thing is energy siphoning. You are a chosen one. You have always dated NPCs. You just didn't know it. But now you're waking up, okay? Hey, welcome to the channel of truth. You are now waking up. You see, when we stop sitting down and burying narcissism, refusing to speak, then narcissism will never end. But you see, the more we start to coming out and we start to fighting back, we are fighting back. Because this whole mess has been going on for decades. Now we start to fight back because now we understand what is going on. We start fighting back. But the whole battle has been spiritual. You have been targeted, and so have your relationships been. For the longest of time, you wasn't aware, but your relationships have also been targeted by the system. Every time when you met your soulmate, there was always something going to happen. The devil will send somebody to come and destruct that relationship. Every time you run into your soulmate, the devil sends somebody. They come and disorganize you. They put you in the other direction. Sometimes they move you to a different city. And that is why you run into another NPC. And you leave your soulmate the other side of the world. That thing has been happening. It has been a cycle. It has been happening. You wasn't aware of it. But there was also always moments whereby you have run into your soulmate. The person that matches your frequency. You ran into that person. But you was distracted. The devil came in and distracted you. And they threw in their NPCs. You met one and you was the entire relationship in a very low state of low state of vibration. The entire relationship, you was vibrating low. The entire relationship for how many years? Me, I'm looking back now and I'm thinking that this was NPCs. I'm starting to understand that all those relationships back in those years, there was NPCs, full-blown NPCs, bots. Because even recently, it's not even maybe up to a year ago, I ran into some of them, you know. Sometimes you can have a chance and the universe will make you meet one of those so-called exes of yours, the ones you used to date many years ago. But because now you are aware and awakened, you're now starting to see that that was a bot. That was an NPC. Because you're wondering in your mind, this person, you guys don't hold any similar energetic frequency. There's nothing that you guys, okay, maybe you could have had, you might have had a few little bits of similar, you know, likes or whatever. There could have been something that, but you're looking closely and you're seeing that you guys was not energetically aligned, because now you can see them for who they are. They are still in that same state you left them. So many years ago, I ran into one of those NPCs. When was it? A year ago. And I was thinking in my mind, so this is what I used to date many years ago. That was my test, you know? Because the idea of these NPCs, what they do, they keep you in very lower states of vibration. So when you're in lower states of vibration, you also attract low vibrational people. So it is going to be NPC after NPCs. Are we together? Are you following? So they can be, for example, like one after the other one, you know? And you'll be wondering, where are they coming from? You know? So until you started waking up, you release the dead weight, you start evolving, you raise your energetic frequency, and now the real souls start to appear. Because the people that are meant to be with you, they are very high vibrational. Chosen ones are very high vibrational people. They have genuine love, they have empathy, they feel things. The NPC doesn't feel, you know? Those so-called narcissists and whatever, is what they're NPCs, they don't feel nothing, you know? They don't even know they have hurt anybody. They have nothing inside of them. They don't feel it. They don't even understand what they have done. The real souls have got love, genuine emotions. They are conscious. They are real souls. They have empathy. They can step back and think, that thing that they are doing, won't it hurt the other person? They think. The NPCs don't. So when you raise your vibrational frequency, you now meet the real souls. Because now you can understand, differentiate the difference between the real soul and the NPC. But before that, he was asleep. He was meeting NPCs day in, day out. So, chosen ones, you know this is the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empaths free. Like the channel, share and subscribe if you can. You may leave us a comment if you want to. You guys know I always do love and appreciate your support. Please book a session if you want to. You may always donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I'll catch you guys in my next one. Denzo Mo signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.